Hi, I'm James Hart, Investment Director and part of a small team responsible for the management of Witan Investment Trust. I've had about 30 years experience in financial markets, 20 of those in investment management, where I primarily focused on identification and selection of managers and of opportunities in specialist investment funds. At Witan, I work directly with Andrew Bell, our Chief Executive, on the appointment and oversight of our external fund managers, as well as managing a portfolio of specialist funds. Well, the core portfolio of Witan is managed by external third-party managers who select stocks that make up the majority of Witan's portfolio. But there is a recognition that no matter how talented these individuals are, there are parts of the investment universe that they won't cover. And so the philosophy behind the direct holdings portfolio, which invests in specialist funds, is to take advantage of those opportunities in higher growth sectors or indeed in assets that perform differently from global equity markets. We try to identify long-term growth for themes that we can access through specialist funds, or indeed high-quality assets that for whatever reason are currently out of favour so they can be bought at a discounted price. Typically, there are between 10 and a dozen holdings within this portfolio, so we like a focused portfolio, and on average, they're owned for over 5 years, perhaps even for longer than that. We believe that Witan shareholders benefit from the collective wisdom of Witan's board, executive management team, external managers, and indeed their investment teams, so that you've got hundreds of individuals working to identify investment opportunities that go together to build a diverse portfolio of equities and specialist funds. This provides shareholders with a one-stop shop for global equity investment, so that their fortunes are not reliant on the fortunes of one individual, investment style, or indeed management house. I think there are two key themes. One is longevity. People are living longer and spending much more on healthcare. Some of our managers have exposure to the healthcare sector, but also we get exposure to the more specialist area of life sciences and biotechnology through specialist funds. The second theme is climate change. An enormous amount of money will have to be spent to reach the commitments set by our government and by others to reduce carbon in the atmosphere and to reach net zero over the coming decades. We've allocated money to a strategy which specifically looks to identify companies which should benefit from efforts to mitigate or adapt to climate change. We also own a renewable energy infrastructure fund and a commodities fund, which should benefit from the world's efforts to build out a green energy grid.